The streets are going crazy right now because reports are coming out saying that Boosie BadAzz just got arrested again while still on probation. And what's making the situation even more shocking is the fact that word on the street is pointing straight at none other than Charleston White for being the reason behind it. Yeah, you heard that right. People are saying Charleston White allegedly snitched on Boosie, and this time, Boosie might not be getting away so easily. So to sum it up before we dive in deep, Boosie was on probation, trying to keep himself out of trouble, but things turned sideways after Charleston allegedly made a move that had the feds right back on Boosie's neck. Now, let's break down how this all exploded. When Boosie was released on probation, he was walking on thin ice. Everyone knew it. The system was watching him like a hawk, and any tiny slip-up could send him right back behind bars. But Boosie being Boosie, he was still talking his talk, going live, and making headlines with his wild opinions about the rap game, street life, and everyone in between. The man's personality is too big to be silent. He's got that Louisiana energy, raw, unfiltered, and loud. But little did he know, someone was watching and waiting for him to slip. And that someone, according to all these wild rumors, was Charleston White. Please do not forget to like this video, share, and subscribe to this channel if you want more updates like this. Thank you. Now, let's get back into the video. Charleston White, for those who don't know, has built his entire brand around being the loudest, most controversial, and unapologetic figure in hip-hop commentary. He calls out rappers, mock street codes, and has no problem telling people that he'll call the police on anyone he feels is doing wrong. So when Boosie started taking shots at Charleston again during a few recent interviews, saying Charleston was a fake activist and a rat with a platform, it was only a matter of time before Charleston responded in a way that would turn heads. And if these rumors are true, that response wasn't just a clapback online. It was a move that put Boosie right back in handcuffs. According to alleged sources, Charleston White supposedly provided information about Boosie violating his probation terms, whether it was through associating with felons, showing firearms on camera, or traveling without permission. You know how strict those conditions can be. And if Charleston knew about any of it and tipped the authorities, that alone would have been enough to get the system to pull Boosie back in. What makes this situation even worse is how fast it happened. One day, Boosie's out doing shows and speaking his mind. The next thing you know, he's being taken in by law enforcement, looking furious and defeated. The hip-hop community didn't waste a second reacting. Social media started buzzing instantly. Some people started saying, see, that's what happens when you keep playing with Charleston White. He don't argue. He calls law enforcement. Others were defending Boosie, saying, ain't no way Charleston could have that kind of pull. But then again, we've seen Charleston do things before that left the internet stunned. He's always had his hands in law enforcement conversations, bragging about connections. And this might just be another one of those times where he put action behind his words. Now, let's rewind the timeline a little. Boosie and Charleston's beef didn't start yesterday. This goes back months, even years, when both men started throwing verbal punches at each other through social media. Boosie, being old school, lives by that street code. He's been through real situations, real indictments, and real losses. Meanwhile, Charleston represents the opposite side of that world. He's a guy saying the streets are fake, snitching is smart, and gangsters are fools. So when you have these two figures, one built from street pride and one built from exposing it, a clash was inevitable. And it wasn't just verbal. Every time Charleston dropped a video clowning rappers, Boosie would clap back and the internet would eat it up. It became entertainment. But deep down, there was real tension there, especially after Charleston began hinting that some rappers were still involved in things they shouldn't be. He didn't name Boosie directly at first, but fans connected the dots. And when Boosie finally responded, saying, that man better stay away from me before something happens, that line alone lit the internet on fire, and apparently may have drawn more attention than he intended. See, when you're on probation, every single word counts. They're watching everything. Social media, interviews, who you hang around, what you say. And Charleston White, being who he is, may have used that to his advantage. Allegedly, he compiled everything Boosie said and did online, from his rants about guns to his interactions with other felons, and passed it along to the right people, whether it was through an official report or just word of mouth. Something clearly made its way to the authorities, because they move fast. When the news broke that Boosie was arrested again, the reaction was electric. Videos started popping up of people outside the courthouse yelling, "Free Boosie," while others were calling out Charleston White, demanding he explain himself. Charleston, on the other hand, did what he always does. He laughed. He went live, smiling, bragging that the law works and that Boosie ain't untouchable. That moment right there sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world. It wasn't just about Boosie anymore. It was about the bigger message Charleston keeps pushing, that no one is above accountability, even the street kings. But let's not act like Boosie's fan base is small. This man has an army of supporters, from Baton Rouge to Atlanta, and they're not happy. They've been storming comment sections, calling Charleston everything from a clown to a government informant, demanding that Boosie be freed immediately. Some of them even started sharing videos claiming that Boosie didn't violate anything, that it was all twisted just to make him look bad. The loyalty his fans show is insane. They treat him like family, and to them, seeing Boosie in cuffs again feels personal. Meanwhile, Boosie himself is reportedly furious. Sources close to him say that he feels betrayed and humiliated, not just because of Charleston, but because he thought he was finally turning a corner in life. After all, Boosie had been focusing on his music, his family, and his business ventures. He even mentioned in interviews that he was done with trouble. But that's the thing about life in the spotlight. Even when you're done with drama, drama might not be done with you. Charleston White, on the other hand, seems to be enjoying every minute of it. He's using the situation as proof that his way works. He's a self-proclaimed justice activist who doesn't care about street loyalty, and he's doubling down on it. In his recent live streams, he reportedly said things like, "Y'all keep calling me a snitch, but I'm free and Boosie ain't." That line alone went viral, sparking a new round of debates about whether Charleston is just trolling or genuinely helping the system take rappers down. Let's be real though, Charleston knows exactly what he's doing. Every word that comes out of his mouth is designed to provoke, to trigger, and to trend, and it's working.